Welcome back to S.M.S. I'm Queen, reaching out to you from Surprise, Arizona. Welcome back to episode 2, part 2. This is the continuation of an earlier video that I wasn't able to finish, and I really had the desire to just recap what we were discussing earlier. But I have to be honest, I'm just ready to have a real down-to-earth fireside chat, if you will, about our dignity, our morality, our self-respect as women. Me personally, it has been my goal, my passion, and my desire to want to share my testimony for the purpose of encouragement, inspiration, because the reality is sometimes you just get up in the morning and just doesn't seem like you have any more fight left, and you kind of need that extra push. So that has been my desire, my reasoning behind all of this. But I have to be honest, I keep getting moved in a different direction. Every time I want to discuss these things, it's like pressure on my mind and my heart to talk about the need for really loving on one another. And just really learning how to love ourselves. But it's hard to love yourself when you don't know yourself or know who you are. So I remember speaking one time, and I ended up asking the question like, who are you? And let's just say someone says, well, I'm Sandra Smith. I didn't say, what is your name? I said, who are you? I might not know your full purpose in life because I'm still trying to figure this thing out myself. For me, I may not know anything about you and your character or where you grew up or where you work. However, if you're a woman, in the eyesight of God, you're valuable. And you know how all over social media, everybody has the challenges, the ice bucket challenge. They got a challenge for this. This is national so-and-so challenge and national this challenge. How about national stop calling each other bitches challenge? I am so tired of the disrespect of ourselves and one another. I've been moved, it seems, in my opinion, because this is where my passion is lying. I know Queen wants to talk about her testimony, but God may have another direction for me to go in. And working and interacting with women all the time on a daily basis just continues to push me in the direction to talk about our value. I move to talk about why we choose and get into relationships with no good men and why we stay with no good men. I'm going to really get a little personal, and I'm going to share some things with you personally. Just going to keep it real right now, okay? So, and this is maybe part of the testimony. These are things that only people probably close to me know about, but other people, they wouldn't know. So, I finally semi-retired, if you will, out of the hair business. And I needed to close down the salon that I have or had in Peoria, Arizona. In closing the salon down, I needed to move some things out of the salon. Didn't want to pay for storage. Just wanted to put everything in the garage. With that being said, I'm going to condense a very long story, but I'm going to be making a point, God willing. I needed help. So Queen is having one of her single mama blues days. So she said, what's wrong with you? Single mama blues. I'm having a single mama blues. I'm having a minute. Because everything you have to do is on you. You don't have help. It can get overwhelming, all right? So in the midst of this conversation that I'm having in my mind and with myself, I tell my daughter, I said, man, I'm so sick of not having no help. You know, there's a gentleman that is coming in the building, walking through the building, if you will, where my salon suite was at the time. And I said to myself, oh my God, you know, you look so familiar. He would see me at a grocery store all the time, especially when my children were little, maybe for the past 5 years. All right? Now, he always saw me by myself. Everybody that sees Queen in Arizona, they see her by herself. Queen is always by herself. If I wasn't with my children, I was by myself. So I said, don't I know you from somewhere? And so forth and so on. And he's handsome and he's smelling good, you know. So I wasn't trying to sound like an old lame, you know, with this corny line, but I did know him. And he said, oh yeah, I would see you at the grocery store all the time, so forth and so on. So I said, well, I always noticed that you had on painter's clothes. So you paint, you do remodeling, renovation. I mean, what you do? So he answered that question. I said, well, you know how to take all this stuff down? He said, yes. We set up the date. We set up the time. He's supposed to take everything down for me, bring it. He's on time for the scheduled appointment that we were supposed to meet. He says 10:30. He's there an hour early. I mean, we're working this thing out. So I'm like, this is the male version of myself. Man, this is all right. This is nice, you know. So it gives us a ride back to get the rest of the stuff. So, you know, you're driving all the time on your own, doing everything by yourself, you know, a little somebody chauffeuring you around. It felt pretty good. Let's just keep it real. I'm a woman still, spiritual, trying to do right and all that, but I'm still a woman. Fast forwarding, he helps me. He gets everything over here. He puts everything up for me. It's working out just great. I feel a little something that there was an interest, so forth and so on. But listen to this, ladies. The man is interested, puts the word out. He wants to get to know Queen. But guess what? He lives with somebody. My point is, when you're a single mom, you can end up very vulnerable prey because they take you to be weak. But let me tell you something. When you are really making God sufficient, it ain't no skin off your back, right? I had to go to God, ask him to keep me strong, because keep in mind, I'm a natural woman, but I don't want to be intoxicated with a good-looking man that's hard-working, look like he got a little money. All those natural things that a natural woman is attracted to. So I said, listen, keep me in my right mind, keep me focused like a horse with blinders, keep me disciplined. I am not going to have a weak moment, not even in my mind, because that's where it starts when everything else goes haywire, okay? Long story short, the man is living with somebody, asking about me. However, ladies, the thing that I find interesting is when you're by yourself, when you're alone, when you really don't have anyone, people think they can slide up, or just men, not people, but men, think they can just make their way in there. I'm looking at Satan reverse everything. I'm looking at Satan making the right thing look wrong and the wrong thing look right, making it so that the woman is desperate, making it so that she is no longer the prize. The men are supposed to go after you, but now the women are going after the men, the women fighting over the men, and the men are driving your car, picking you up late from work, you know, keeping the couch warm at home, telling you all about what happened on the soap opera, you know. I'm tired of it. I was out the other day and saw a woman open up the door for her man. He stood back to let her open it up. He don't touch doors, I guess. Didn't even say thank you. So I'm trying to get an understanding as to what happened here. You know, I know that this man saw me in need. And I don't care how long you've been single, how long you've been by yourself. If you're a natural woman, you need a man. You want a man, but not know any man is going to do. You can't come to me living with somebody. Did I say the man have to have a fancy car? No, but he can't be riding a bicycle with a basket. Not at all. Not impressed. I didn't say he had to have a big house. He just can't be living in his mama's basement. I didn't say he had to have a fancy job, but he got to be working. He got to have something to bring to the table. But I find that we are becoming more thirsty, more desperate, because we really don't understand our value. But let me tell you something. In business, whenever the supply is greater than the demand, you become a devalued commodity. The supply of women is great, but the demand for us ain't worth a damn. So if you have 5 women that are saying, no, I have requirements, you cannot be shacking up with somebody and just coming to want to put your shoes underneath my bed. That's not going to happen. We can't do that. You know, I have requirements. You have to have some goals and some ambition, or where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years? Because I've always said I need a man that can outwork me. Anybody that knows me that watch this video, I need somebody that can outwork the queen, okay? Because queen is a hard worker. So I need those things, not just you looking good and smelling good. I mean, that helps, but you know, it ain't gonna pay no bills, you know? So why are we getting so desperate? Why have the roles reversed? Why are we all right with this? It's because we don't value ourselves. I'm asking us as women, we're going to have a lot of challenges. We're going to have a national don't mess around with a no good man challenge day. You know, quit giving yourself away challenge day. You know, let me say this, and I am so full. Have you ever been in a relationship or a situationship with a man and you give yourself away early in the game? He ain't made no commitment to you, ain't married to him, blah, blah, blah. Been there, done that, okay? We all have done that. So this is not about everything you've done. I haven't done anything. I wouldn't be able to talk about it if I wasn't certified in screwing up and messing up my life. Been there, done that. But what I'm saying is, have you ever just given yourself away? And then 6 months down the line, you might need $1,000 from the man, or a few dollars from the man. He said, I don't know you like that to be giving you no money, but you knew me like that to take my goodies away from me. So the point that I'm making is this: is the money and the material and the things of this world more valuable than who you are? Think about that. Just think about that, ladies. I'm so full and I'm so passionate about us maintaining our self-respect and our dignity, but we have been cheapened. We have been, you know, viewed as nothing but a piece of meat and a sex object, all of that. But I'm going to tell you something that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said. He said there's no such thing as a no good woman. Any no good woman you find was made no good by a no good man. You have over 90% of women locked up in jail because of a man. A no good man could take you down faster than crack. Now, I'm not saying that all men are no good. That's not what I'm saying. This is not about male bashing and she dogging out men. I'm not doing any of that. But I'm just calling it like it is, telling it like it is, and keeping it real. Because if you're listening to this and your no good man is on his way home, or no good man is on his way in your car to pick you up, you know, you got to set some standards. And this world has you thinking that setting standards is too much. So many of us don't have any standards. If I have half a standard, that's too much for the average man. How about you can't live with nobody? That's a standard, but that's too much. You know, I need you to be working. I dare you. That's too much. I mean, come on now. We have daughters that we have to be an example for. You know, I just want us to do better. And I believe that we can start the process of not calling ourselves a dog, a female dog. It has become the common name and word in a household these days that you don't even want to call a female dog a bitch, because it sounds so vulgar, so out of order. But that's what a female dog is, not the woman of God. I want us to accept the type of behavior from a man that would be pleasing to the God that we say we love and serve. Period. Ask yourself, when you accept trifling behavior from a man, ask yourself, will God do me like this? Will God call me a bitch? Will God leave me out here homeless with nowhere to go? Ask yourself these questions. Let's get encouraged. Let's get motivated to take a stand and begin to love ourselves, appreciate one another, love on one another, and challenge yourself, if you're watching this video, to stop calling yourself and other women out of their name. Well, that's all I have to say for now.